Hi, welcome back to the garden. Today is Monday, May 22nd, and this is our 10th egg case, and they've all hatched. And these guys are pretty feisty. You're ready to get out here. We're going to go ahead and put a bunch of these over here at the squash. I'm trying to spread them out a little bit. Now I know they got some cousins out here that are a little older than they are. So it's going to be a race to see if these guys can hide. If you look how fast this grows, even though I put the praying mantis on here, we're wrapping at least one, if not two leaves every day. So we'll see how that squash grows. But talk about trellis, let's go ahead and take a look at this tomato. Remember, this is the one that we planted on its side, made it through the frost. We looked at pruning. Now we're going to show you how we trellis this. You take a stick and you tie the string around it. We're going to go up to the trellis, then you can measure that on up. Enough that it'll go over the top, and give yourself a little extra. It won't hurt. Then just clip that off. Thing about making a trellis to be jealous about, if you used a ladder to string your wire, you're going to need a ladder to put the string up. But you just go over the top and you just snug it up. You don't make it real too tight. Then I'm just putting a little half hitch on here. As this grows on up, when it gets to the top, we can pull this and we can let it down a little bit, and it'll loosen up at the bottom, but it'll continue to vine. That's the strategy anyhow. Okay, now we've got our string over the trellis. You lift the leaf, let it fall, lift the next leaf. The reason we like to do this early, the tougher it is to string it up the first time. Now we're not winding this like we're making a motor, so just kind of loose under each one of the leaves. And that's all it takes. This tomato is supported. Now as you're doing this, you want to clean it up. Right here we have a sucker. We've got the leaf, the main stem, which we've wrapped around. We want to remove that sucker, so we just clip that out. And if you go down one leaf, you got a sucker and a stunted little leaf, so we're going to clip both of those. We got a sucker coming up where we pruned it before in two places. Make sure your knot's good and tight. Come pretty close to your tomato. Push your stick down into the ground. Measure your string. This lower leaf here is touching the ground. That comes off. This leaf will be touching the ground soon enough, and it's got a sucker, so let's prune that out, take that leaf off. And this leaf over here, you got to see this. Now looking at this, what we've got going on here, we got flowers that are coming off of the main stem. We've got this leaf and this big sucker right here. So take that leaf off because it's almost touching the ground. It will be shortly. Go ahead and prune that sucker out. Let that fall back down. This next leaf, gently lift it up. You'll come above the flowers to the next one. And we'll end right there where we've run out of tomato. Now as this grows a little bit, we'll continue to wind that on up. One of the benefits of this kind of trellis is that vibration goes all the way up and down the line. It helps pollinate each one of these plants. You can do this too, and if you want to learn a little more about planting tomatoes, click that link right there and I'll meet you right back here in the garden. If you want to learn about deep mulch, click that link right there and I'll meet you back in the garden. And remember, until next time, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant. Let's go plant garden.